Thank you, Professor Patel. That was a very good idea. So I see you live in London, but you still think like an Indian. How to make it low cost? Wonderful idea. Wonderful idea. If there are no more questions, can we go on to the next speaker, Dr. Bhatti? Dr. Bhatti is going to speak on flat elastic band, an alternative, inexpensive, invaluable material to develop models for lab suturing. Dr. Bhatti, are you with us?
Yes, thank you very much. Good afternoon, everybody. And I'm okay to start?
Yes, yeah,
okay.
Please.
Right, I'm Khalid Bhatti. I'm a surgical trainee in north of England. So we actually developed a suture model for the laparoscopic suturing. And I'm just going to share my experience. There is no funding received and there is no conflict of interest. So what happened is that we know from the recent articles that the new trainees, actually they are interested in learning laparoscopic skills, especially the suturing skills, very early in their training phase. So I also took an initiative and I booked a course in November 2019 with the Royal College of Edinburgh. But I met with disappointment with this letter on 16th of March when, because of the COVID-19 situation, they canceled the course. And the next available date was put like 6th of November. So the time phase between the two was about 6 months, and even it was not certain that it will happen again. So I moved actually to the new rotation, which was upper GI surgery, and this is my interest in future as well. So I sat with my mentors and started discussing that what is the way out. So we came with the 4 most common surgical procedures which are done by the upper GI surgeons and that require laparoscopic suturing. So one of the such tasks is closure of the enterotomy when you're doing a bariatric surgery. And second task is the right inguinal hernia flap closure. I will not go into the tangent of using TAC versus the FAP closure, but I think this is a good laparoscopic suturing practice. So the other task was the suture chloroplasty for the paraesophageal hernia repair. So this is the third task. And we know that the right side inguinal hernia flap closure is not equivalent to the left one, because for the left you need to start from the lateral side and sometimes you have to use the back of hand technique. So this was taken as a separate unique task. So next thing was that how to start practicing, because of the uncertainty about the delivery of the lab mentors available commercially. So we thought of an idea that we should develop this as a home-based model. So you can see this is a base, and then on top of that I used my son's Xbox cardboard to put a platform for that, and then iPad there. This has been described in the literature, it's nothing new, but that developed over a period of a week or so. I got my instruments from the theater and then started practicing. But the next question was on what to practice, like suture model. So we came across an idea that actually the elastic band has tensile strength in that, which can actually provide a very good model for suturing. So the first task was enterotomy closure. So this hole of 9 centimeter is actually resembles the enterotomy. And it has been pulled laterally so that it once you put suturing, then it gives you a realistic feeling. This is the right and left cruras for the paraesophageal hernia. And if we could see here on this other side, then we have a right inguinal hernia and the left inguinal hernia flaps, peritoneal flaps to be closed. So I kept on practicing, and everything at that time looked to me really a suturing model. So I imagined like that this is the suture model looked like. So there were 40 sessions. So I performed 10 sessions on each task and then uploaded all these. I was using the iPad for recording these videos. And then I was putting this onto the YouTube for the future reference and external validation, plus getting a feedback from my consultants. So it was a great experience. And I kept kept all the record of every performance, the task, the variables. So it was about 40 variables to construct validity in the future. Now, this was our idea that we can practice, but what the other people think. So we created an 8 minutes YouTube video, and then I put the idea itself and some of the suturing practices on a short video and circulated among the colleagues. using the monkey survey. Now, the questions were about the 10 different properties of this model. Is it a reflective of real practice, cheap alternative, variety of simulation which can be created by using this material? Will it help in maintaining the tension, learning that skill, lightweight, and can they develop themselves? Would they be interested in learning and teaching at this model? And is it robust to be used over and over again? And we were thinking that the angle and orientation, because of the different orientation in the space, it would help in depth perception and more advanced suturing skill as compared to the 2D suturing tasks. So the feedback was amazing, and we didn't find anybody disagreeing strongly that this is anything against this model. And more than 85 to 100% of the people who contributed to this survey, they agreed or strongly agreed that this model is robust and cheap and can be used as an alternative. That was part of only face validity and content validity, but we wanted to see whether this is a reflective of construct of suturing or not. So we can see that by using the operative time or the completion time as a variable, there was uniqueness in all the tasks. So every task differed. By using the Kruskal-Wallis test, we documented that every task is unique. So it actually